The Behringer Neutron is an interesting specimen. It's not a clone of a classic synth like many other Behringer offerings. It's kind of its own unique thing, although it's not trying to be any one particular thing. It's more like a Batman utility belt of a bunch of really handy and useful stuff, all smushed into one package. A control voltage smorgasbord, if you will, which means it has all the things you need to do battle with the dark forces inside your own head. So come on, you guys, we're all in this fight together. We're gonna fight the power. Let's save the world with our music. One song can change the world. One song, one love. That's right. We're doing this now. It's Neutron time. I know it's not the right color. We don't talk about that. It does affect the tone, though. I've got beef with you, Neutron. I got some pretty big problems here, man. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's fine. I do have a few little gripes, though, which I will get into. First things first, you're gonna have a much better time changing settings in here than trying to remember all the commands. I can't remember stuff so good. Alright, let's take a look at these oscillators. Let me tune. These tuning knobs are so finicky. Do not bump the tuning knobs. It's like trying to tune a mud skipper. So you got your standard fare as far as the waveforms. Sine wave. Triangle. Sa. Square. Pulse. And of course you got pulse width modulation here. Oscillator 2 is exactly the same. You can sync oscillator 2 to 1. We've got paraphonic mode. And that brings us to
Beef number 1. Beef Wellington.
You know, paraphonic mode is fine and all. But you'll notice when I let off of the second note, it re-triggers on the first note. So that's kind of a problem when you like. You can hear when I try and play a note, when I try and play like a chord. It's like it's jumping back to the bottom note. It's like re-triggering. I wish there was a way to fix that. Next up is the filter. So you got 3 types of filters here. You got a high pass, band pass, low pass. So here's your high pass. With some resonance. Here's your band pass. With some resonance. very talkative filter. And then you got your low pass. Very nice sounding filter for bassy stuff. Definitely like that filter. Next, we've got the envelopes. First, we got the VCA envelope. So it's your standard ADSR here. Gives you a pretty good standard range. And you got your release here. And then you've got envelope 2. We'll apply that to a low pass here. Yeah, no complaints about that. The envelopes are great. And then that brings us to our modulation section. By default, the modulation goes to the filter. You've got your amount here, and then your rate up here. And the LFO... Let me slow it down. So you've got your sine wave. Triangle. Your reverse sawtooth. Your square. And your sawtooth. And that's the LFO. The LFO is really great. And that brings us to
beef number 2, beef tacos.
the delay. I just don't think it's that good. I don't like it. Let me demonstrate. I just don't like the sound of it. I just don't think it's that good. But I don't know what it needs. It's supposed to be a nice I don't know what it's missing. Like a tone maybe? How could I improve this? I think it's just not a good circuit. Here, I'll demonstrate. I mean, it's fine. It doesn't sound like awful. I think this might be one of those cases where they would have been better off putting a digital delay in there. It's just, it's not sharp sounding or something. It needs to be just a little brighter or a little more sharp. It's just not very useful. I never use it. So anyways, that's gripe number 2. And actually, right underneath it is
Beef number 3, beef pie.
I don't like the overdrive. I don't like it at all, really. I just don't like how it sounds. I don't know what it is. I just don't like it. What I do like about it is the tone knob. It's just, I don't know, man. I just don't think it's that good of a sounding overdrive circuit. But even if you take the overdrive out of the equation, you still have a tone knob here. And that's actually really, really useful. That kind of makes this whole thing worth it, because I find myself twisting this all the time to get to kind of dial in like a square wave or something. This tone knob, they should just, I think the Proton gets rid of both of these. But I hope they kept the tone knob, because the tone knob is great. Like I love having that. That takes care of most of the main stuff. So basically all we have left is all of the utility stuff and the patch bay. When I first started messing with this, I didn't understand what the VCA offset is. It's just a drone thing. It just it sounds like it stops the it sounds like it basically just stops the VCA from ever shutting off. I didn't understand. So that's what that is. And then over here we've got sample and hold. You got to patch that to something. I'm going to patch it to the oscillator. So I'm just going out from oscillators 1 and 2 into the sample and hold, and then out from the sample and hold into oscillators 1 and 2. So it just kind of loops around. And yep, you got your sample and hold. I mean, that's basically it. It has its own rate, but you can also feed the clock. And it also has a glide. And below that, we've got some portamento and slew things going on. The portamento is already working on the oscillators, so... You can also patch other things into the slew here. And then lastly, you've got some attenuators here. There's 2 inputs on the attenuator. Also hidden here are some mixer features. The patch bay has a lot going on. The patch bay is about half the reason you buy this thing. I know I talked a lot of shit about the effects, but none of that matters because all of this makes it worth it. All of the extra stuff you get and all of the utility you get from it. Especially if you're, say, beginning to build like a Euro rack thing, but you don't quite have everything you need. This is like a supplement. This will supplement anything you're lacking on your Euro rack. And that's why I call it the handyman of synthesizers. Yes, it has nice oscillators. Yes, it has nice filters. No, I don't like the effects. Anything that it lacks, it makes up for in moxie. It's a workhorse, if you will. It's like the girl you married, not because of her looks, but because she cooks really well. And she knows how to fix your plumbing. If you have some patience and you look beyond the facade, you find out there's a little more to this woman than meets the eye. I don't regret marrying her at all. I just wish she would stop hassling me about my gambling problem. It's not even a problem. Honey, I will get the house back. I will. I'm gonna get it all back.